Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome you to our course, well testing training course. This course is designed for 2 weeks, 10 days course about well testing, about the data that we can gather from the web, from surface and downward, from the gaze and from the separator. Different data that we can gather about the web. Then we can do program for the reservoir management. How can we improve the production? How can we improve the injection? All of this. So this course will be by me. I am engineer Simon Shukri. It is in Istanbul, Turkey, and the duration is this one. This is the test separator. As we will take about it, it is horizontal. We have the effluent, it comes from here. Then the gas will go from the top, and the oil will come from here, and the water will be from it. Let us look at it. We know each other. We introduce yourself to me. Then we agree on the way forward. This training course is designed to provide participants with what? With thorough or total understanding about the well testing principles, techniques, and applications in the oil and gas industry. So in oil and gas wells, we have to know how much do we produce, how much do we inject, how do we manage the reservoir. We may have different reservoirs, 1, 2, 3 like this. So all of these we have to manage with the reservoir engineer, production engineer, reservoir engineer, operation engineer. All of these we have to manage them to know how to take the benefit from the reservoir at the maximum. So the course focuses on equipping professionals, us, we are professionals, engineers, with the skills required to analyze and interpret well-test data. Optimize production, we have to optimize production. If we don't achieve our target, then we have to put a plan, maybe stimulation, maybe perforation, reperforation, frac, acid wash. All of these we have to talk about them and manage reservoir performance effectively. Here we have introduction to well testing. Number 1, we have types of well tests. We will talk about the types of well tests. Number 2, the importance of well testing. Do we pay too much money for nothing or for some benefits? What are these benefits that we pay money for it? We do efforts for it. How can we do that? Number 3, measurement and analysis. We have to measure the flow for oil, water, gas, all of these, and then we have to analyze these data. How can we take benefit of it? Number 4, that regulatory compliance. What do we mean by regulatory compliance? That we have standards, we have international standards, and we have local laws. We have to stick to both of them, the international and the local laws. So we have also number 5 examples of well testing. We'll take different examples like BBU, like PFO, like interference test, like tracer test, like BHCIP. All of these we have to talk about them. The course objectives. What are the course objectives? We have introduced the fundamental concepts and objectives of well testing. To know the well testing, we have to know what are the fundamentals, what are the principles of it. Number 2, equip participants with the skills to design and execute well tests. How can you design the well test? How can you execute it? All of these we will learn them during this 10-day course. Analyze well performance using industry standards, standard tools and techniques. What are the techniques and tools that we use in the oil and gas industry as a standard that it will enable us to do the survey or the well test survey efficiently. Number 4, enhance decision-making capabilities. How can I take decision? It should be based on the information that I gather either from surface or downhole or both together. Capabilities through the well test interpretation. Address the challenge. What are the challenges? What are the barriers, the problems that we can see, and best practices in well testing operations? What shall I do to do the well testing? All of these we have to discuss them. The audience targets, same as you are petroleum engineers, workover engineers. We see petroleum engineers and geoscientists, production engineers and reservoir engineers. We have 3 reservoir engineers with us in the course. Drilling and completion engineers. We have 4 workover engineers also. Field operations personnel involved in the well testing, like operation engineer, technicians like this. So participants will gain at the end of the course. This is the expected benefit of the course. A clear understanding of well testing, the fundamentals or principles and their applications. A hands-on experience. What do you mean by hands-on experience? I will tell you, well, it happened with me in this date, I have this problem, and how did I solve it? This is, we call it hands-on experience. I then don't tell you something I didn't see it, I didn't deal with it. So I tell you something, I have practical experience that I do exchange between me and you. And I motivate you to give me examples from your side if you have it, you have done it in your company. Now, hands-on experience with well test analysis tools. Practical knowledge to troubleshoot well testing challenges. Also, what are the troubleshoot, the problems in the well test? Insights or ideas into optimizing production. How can I optimize the production and reservoir performance? How can I increase the performance, increase the PI, the productivity, the injectivity, all of this. Certification, you will take certificate upon successful completion of the program at the end of this 10-day course. Methodology, the lectures, in-depth theory-based sessions will take 10 days. In the beginning, I will give you the theoretical part, then we will go to the hands-on sessions, practical demonstrations, and exercises. I will give you examples how to apply the laws for the reservoir, for the well testing. All of these, like Darcy's law, like Vogel's law, all of it. Case studies also from the worldwide, real world examples while you understand the practical applications. For each survey also I will give you example. Assessments, regular quizzes, every day we have to do like brainstorming or revision or all of this, and a final evaluation. Training content, this is the day number 1. We'll go to introduction to well testing. In the beginning we'll talk about the overview of well testing and its importance. Why is it important, well testing? Is it important or not, and why? Objectives and types of well tests. We have different types of well tests. Each one has a certain objective. We'll talk about it. Key parameters in well testing, introduction to pressure and flow measurements. Day number 2, well test design and planning. Factors influencing test designs. What are the factors that will affect the well design? Selection of test equipment. How can we select the equipment and tools for the well testing? Planning for surface and downhole measurements, safety and environmental considerations. Day number 3, drill stem test, DST. This we do it on the rig while the rig is on site. When we drill the reservoir, then we have to do evaluation for it for the later operations, for the completion, for the casing, all of this. So fundamentals of DST, drill stem test operations, tool configurations and working principles, real-time data acquisition during DST, case studies on DST operations. Day number 4, pressure transient analysis, or we call it PTA. This basics of pressure transient analysis and testing, we'll talk about it. We have Horner plots and pressure build-up analysis. Derivative, how can we derive the analysis, the data for well behavior? We want to know what is the flow regime, how the well is flowing. Is it a linear flow regime? Is it spherical? Is it radial? Now I will give you also the practical exercises of the pressure transient analysis. Interpretation. The day number 5, well productivity testing, understanding flow, inflow performance relationship, IPRs. We'll talk about it. The relationship between Q or production and the delta. Deliverability testing and the flow after flow analysis, multi-rate tests and their applications, analysis using industry software tools. Day number 6, data acquisition and quality control. We have to ensure that data accuracy and readability, managing field challenges during data acquisition, tools and techniques for quality control. Finally, best practices in data validation. Then day number 7, my friends, reservoir characterization through well testing. Estimation of reservoir parameters. How can we estimate the reservoir? The reservoir parameters like permeability, like pressure, reservoir pressure, like skin effect if it is available. All of these we have to estimate them. Identification of reservoir boundaries, the limits of the reservoir, how much is it, and the heterogeneity. Heterogeneity is opposite to the homogeneity. Case studies on reservoir characterization, practical exercises on parameter estimation. Day number 8, advanced well test interpretation. How can we interpret it? We have advanced analytical and numerical techniques. We have specialized tests, interference and pulse tests. We'll talk about it. Use of modern software for interpretation. So we take this data that we collected them, we put them in the simulator, then it will make a processing, then it will give a result. So we have input, we have processing, and we have output, or recommendations. Use of modern software for interpretation, workshop on solving real-world scenarios. Day number 9, well test challenge and solutions. What are the problems? Troubleshooting common issues during well test, dealing with non-ideal well and reservoir conditions. We have risk management in well testing operations. In every job or everything in the life has a risk. This risk may be low, may be high, so we have to know how to deal with it. How do we put controls or barriers to reduce this risk from high to medium, or from medium to low, or directly from high to low. Risk management in well testing operations. We'll take the risk assessment matrix also, we'll study it. Group discussions on field experiences. The last day, number 10, integration and final review. We have integrating well test results, to integrating, combine them together, maybe a review, the revision of them, results into reservoir models. We make reservoir model. Final case studies and group presentations, program review. We will review the course totally, and if we have questions and answers, we have to study them. Then we will make a certification ceremony and give you the certificate that you completed this course successfully, and make ceremony in the end of this course. Now we can start with this course. We take a break and we can continue. Thank you very much, and see you after the break. Thank you.